when you guys presented this opportunity, it was like the clouds were parting and the gates were opening. And
hey guys, I'm Brian.
And I'm Tom.
And we would love to come hunting with you guys.
We actually grew up, and I'll be honest with you, our dads failed us.
Few things are as powerful.
Hey Thomas and the team over at Identical Draw.
I'm Justin.
I'm Dan.
Clayton Chambers here.
I am 27 years old.
And I am interested in learning to hunt.
I am a new hunter.
So we've been shooting, but just at targets. We've never shot at anything living.
I think this experience sounds amazing, obviously.
Just want to say thanks for the opportunity to hopefully come out with you guys.
I'm really excited to be in the second round pick here.
I will fork out the money and go into debt if need be in order to go on this trip.
Be an investment of a lifetime.
Dude, oh my goodness. I cannot believe that. Oh my goodness.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Dylan Robinson. I'm 27 years old, and I'm from Los Angeles, California.
My name's Josh Liu. I'm from San Francisco Bay Area here in California.
And I really wanted to get my hands on some free-range wild meat to enjoy and share with my friends and family. I began to realize also how little I knew about it and how I didn't know a single person who hunted.
And no one in my family hunted at all. No one I knew hunted or hunts at all.
I think the opportunity that you guys are presenting here can do nothing but help retain me as a hunter. And I think the sooner I learn the ropes, the sooner I can take steps towards joining the slim to non-existent ranks of hunter recruiters and hunter educations and hunter mentors here in Los Angeles.
And to go out and bring home some karma-free meat to be able to share with your friends, it just seems like an awesome thing to do.
I really look forward to hearing back from you guys. I'm excited. This just seems like a great opportunity, and I hope we could talk soon. Thanks again. Have a good day.
Hey, we can make that work, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good stuff.
All right, let's do this. Hey guys, how's it going? They've got the eyes of an eagle. We'd be a half mile away, pop a head up over a hill, whole group just take off.
I'm 27 years old and I'm from Los Angeles, California. It just kind of seemed like a natural progression of the experiences I kind of pursue outdoors, and I've just kind of slowly merged into that from fishing and backpacking and all those other activities, and it just, like I said, natural progression. Most nervous about executing a shot, like a ethical, good shot. Most excited I mean, I'm most excited to stalk in on an animal and just get close to an animal. I've never been up close and personal like that, so really looking forward to that.
I'm Josh Liu. I'm from Fremont, California. It's in the Bay Area, and I'm 26. I probably shouldn't talk about how I had a BB gun and shot every bird in my backyard growing up.
Those are the good stories.
But I got into hunting because, I mean, that is why I got a BB gun and shot every bird in my backyard growing up as a kid. Probably a bad thing to do, but yeah, I couldn't help myself and then wanted to do it the right way and procure my own food and experience what it was like for humans for millennia to get their food. So, okay, yeah, I'm most excited for getting really close to an animal and seeing what that experience is like, feeling your heart rate and stalking in. And what I'm most nervous about is the same thing, executing a shot and making sure to do it justice.
We picked these guys for several reasons, one of which being that they are both great shots with the bow, and I put in lots of practice. This is a very tough hunt with the old stick and string, and these guys are up for it.
Kind of feel like with the heart shot, if he doesn't duck, you're going to shoot him in the heart. If he does duck, you're going to shoot him in the lungs. You don't have to worry about it.
Before heading out for the evening scout, we covered some important topics and gave them more knowledge on what to expect. Shot placement and stalking techniques were discussed heavily. We want these guys to be comfortable. Our favorite line we tell the new hunters goes something like this: I don't care if the Nebraska mule deer record buck strolls by at 20 yards broadside. If you guys aren't comfortable with the shot, don't shoot.
We just got to our high spot, and Nate's taking that side, I'm taking this side. We're hoping to see some bucks stand up and get out of their bed. And I got candy, and everything's good.
Throughout the hunt, me and Dylan hunted together, and Josh and Thomas hunted together. We both divided and conquered just to cover as much ground as possible. If we found a good area, we would concentrate closer together or hunt together, but for most of the hunt, me and Dylan were hunting together, and Josh and Thomas were hunting together.
All right, Josh. First opening day ever. How you feeling?
Awesome. I can't wait. Reminding myself to focus on the process, and results will come. And then you gave me great advice, which is just take everything slow, because I know I'm going to be really excited. So I think I'm going to try to take it slow and then even slow it down beyond that. So yeah.
Sweet. Let's get after it.
Cool.
Yeah.
We came to another high vantage point so we can try to relocate the deer we found last night a little bit closer. And we're just scanning this ridge line here and trying to see if we can find them so we can make a plan and get in on them.
Spotted my first muley buck. That's a huge victory. Pretty far away, and it went over a little ridge, but had some nice antlers on it, so we're gonna head that direction and see if we can get eyes on it again and make some moves. good taste of what sharing public land is like. Found a good buck, started making our approach to get the wind right, and then saw them get up and run down the mountain. Weren't really sure why until we looked up and saw some other hunters up top. So we came around this draw to try to find them, get the wind right again, and don't know where they are, just see these 3 little heads up there on the top of the hill.
The days went something like this. We were up early, getting to a high vantage point to glass in the dark. As the sun rose, hopefully we would spot deer and hopefully a buck. If we spotted a buck, we would make a plan and go after him and stalk. If we did not find a buck to stalk in the morning, or we had failed stalks, we'd head back to camp during the midday. It got really, really hot midday, into the 80s and 90 degree mark. So the deer spent the whole day bedded down in shade, places that we could not find at midday. So during that time, we were at camp shooting bows, and we also went to town to get lunch to kind of get out of the heat. Around 3 to 4 p.m., we would load up our gear again and head out for the evening to glass.
It's been a rough night. Just not seeing game, so. But we're keeping after it. Still hunted through this timber and just couldn't find animals. Just not very many deer. We didn't see a single thing. We walked miles, so trying to get out to the hills right now to glass up something.
The plan is we're gonna go in, hopefully see a buck, and shoot it. If we don't see a buck, hopefully we'll see a whitetail buck. And we'll shoot it. If we don't see a whitetail buck, hopefully we'll see a whitetail doe and shoot it. If we don't see any of those, maybe I'll shoot a coyote.
Slow, but at the very last light, I saw 2 does over there. So it was the first time I spotted a mule deer with the glass, so making progress. And then the moon is sick. Found some bucks.
And we saw them lay down, and it was like, packed on, let's go.
Yep.
And same thing with you guys. You know, we creeped real slow down into the canyon. Once we lost sight of the buck, you know, we were moving pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that the capability to get out of their sight and then move and close the distance real quick. And we were probably like halfway there in that flat basin, and I asked, when do you think we'll get eyes on him again?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Nate said, well, there's a chance we might not get eyes on him again, so you're drawing back. And I was like, oh, shit. And I shot, and that thing moved so damn fast.
Yeah.
And, you know, immediately after the shot,
like, it sucked because I thought I hit like 4 feet to the left.
Yeah, it looked way
back.
back.
The dirt, and then the deer, and then the deer way to the right, and it was just, I couldn't believe it. I think I said, like, what the hell happened? You know?
Just a great stock. Dylan did awesome. We getting within 60 yards of a big buck like that is a feat in itself.
In order for you to like double lung that thing, you would have had to been aiming like 2 feet to the right. Like, that's where it's like, it doesn't make sense. How do people kill these things? Because
it would have been impossible to anticipate that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can't. And so it's like, what do? You don't. The biggest thing that we had for a takeaway from that hunt was just don't let them know you're there.
He's really close. Is that buck you want to shoot? Absolutely. Dude. It's crazy how fast things can turn around. Like, that was sick. The whole time I was just like, you're dead, you're dead. Just trying to stay positive the whole time. And then it apparently went over a hill and came back and then saw us real quick. We froze, and then I don't know what it did after you were looking at it, but
What questions do you have for me? Just how do you feel going into this hunt?
I feel very motivated.
Yeah.
I'm confident we'll find deer because we've been finding deer. It's redemption hour.
Alright, well, we are back out glassing. Me and Dylan actually, we split up tonight, so just wanted to cover more ground. We know those bucks are in this area. We basically went to the spot that we had the close call this morning, and where we last saw him vanish, and now we're just kind of posted up on 2 different sides of the hill. So just me right here, and then Dylan's around this other side. He thinks he just saw 2 velvet bucks over here. He said they went over the top of the hill, and then I got 2 does and 2 fawns in front of me. So hopefully we can finish the day off on a strong note and find something to go after tomorrow.
The game plan is we're looking at some slightly new country that Tom and Nate haven't been to yet. So we're gonna glass them up in shaded areas, and it's super hot, 90 degrees, but at least there's a breeze. That rhymed, not on purpose. Let's go.
Just spotted one really nice buck. So, got something for tomorrow. We decided to all stick together this morning, and the sun's starting to come up over the horizon. We spotted one younger buck over here that is a little ways away, probably a mile, but he's working this way, waiting for him to come back over a hill. And then hopefully we can get him to bed down and make a game plan. But we're still glassing just this whole side, so hopefully we can spot some more. We got eyes on another big buck. It's real
very upset. We made a really long stalk and we came up in the right spot. The wind was good, a little windy, but the wind was good. And he was bedded. I decided to wait till he stood up to get a better shot. Probably like a minute later, he stood up. Still didn't know we were there. And I think I just rushed my shot. Shot over him again. He ducked, but not really. I shot high. That really sucks. You know, I could shoot 40 yards perfectly fine, but shooting it at animals is a different thing. Your heart rate increases and you don't think about your shot process as much as, well, I don't think about my shot process as much as I should. It's my not happy face.
Walking back to the truck after a moment like this just hurts. There's no way around it. The hours following an opportunity like that are filled with replays, but those moments are what fuel you to continue to shoot your bow and get out after these incredible animals.
Saw a pretty good buck, or I think it's pretty good. He says it's a young buck, but that way, pretty far off. Coming towards us, we can't see it right now, but we're gonna go after it. See if we can make some of that.
And so now, you know, it's belly crawl time to try to close the distance from 70-ish down to like 50. And I'm just moving the bow and then crawling, moving the bow. And I'm staying right behind the yucca, so I can't even see the deer, which actually was probably a mistake when we talked about it after. And you said like 60 or something like that. And I just said back too far. And then I like look up between the yucca branches and then I just see them eventually spook.
We're close. Got to 60 yards and my line is 50. And so didn't take the shot.
Let's go, man. I got a camera in your face. Can you give me a freaking interview? Loading up for the evening. Gonna go find some bucks to approach.
It hasn't slept well.
I haven't slept in like 12 days, so I'm loading up the Viper HD. This thing's like 40 pounds, but totally worth it. Sure, Vortex.
Yeah, he's kidding. 4 pounds. It's worth the weight.
Slow evening. Evenings have been slow, but I also need to get my eyes checked because I'm not seeing very much. But it's just part of the learning. I think is like learning how to spot stuff and having the patience. You know, we spend 5 hours a day behind glass, so it's a big part of hunting. I think I need to get better at. But sunset's beautiful as usual, and it's just pure bliss to get to see it every day.
Day's not over yet, Nate. A great but horrible day. I just feel like the 2 stalks I had in the past 2 days, like they were just too good of opportunities to mess up on, and I messed up on. I mean, the first one, whatever, but today I definitely made a bad shot, and that really sucks. And I've been replaying it in my head all day. But yeah, everything needs to go right to make it happen, I guess. So we'll see what we can do tomorrow morning.
Yeah, what do you think? Tomorrow morning, last hunt. What do you think?
Well, I never like going home from the mountains or the hills, but yeah, I mean, if we can get it done tomorrow morning, that'd be awesome. If not, it was a good trip and I learned a ton. and especially if we don't kill something tomorrow. I'm coming back to the Sandhills next year for sure. But it's been awesome out here. It's been a good spot and stalk 101. Got to see some big bucks. And yeah, learned a lot. It's hard to articulate it all, but it's been a lot.
Super grateful. So thank you.
What do you think? What's the word?
Game over. Yeah. It's been a good time, but that was rough. It's a rough one to deal with, so. But yeah, learned a ton. Gonna take this back home and hunt out the rest of the season, hopefully get some down back home. And then look forward to coming back to the Sandhills next year. The Sandhills broke my heart this year.
The biggest lesson I learned is to focus on the process of becoming a great mule deer hunter rather than just like focusing on the result of getting a mule deer. Even though getting a mule deer will make you a great mule deer hunter. So yeah, focus on the process, like stay in the present and absorb as much as you can. Sandhill muley is super fun, really addicting. It's not crazy strenuous on the body, and you spend 5 hours a day behind glass, but it's really cool to see them really far and just slowly move in each phase of that situation. Super addictive. Ask a ton of questions and shoot a lot. So there's nothing that can replace confidence in your shooting. Submit entries to any and all giveaways because you never know. I've never won anything. Actually, I won an iPod in like elementary school, but besides that, like I never win anything, but you never know. So go for it.
I should have thought about it when he was answering this question, but probably just enjoy it. You know, I had a really good time throughout the whole process, whether it was sitting behind the binoculars and looking for deer and getting really excited when I spotted my first buck. That was a big step for me. And then asking questions during the stalks and I'd say biggest takeaway is you got to keep your head level throughout the entire thing until that animal is on the ground, because this was a tough learning experience for me. But yeah, so I'd say keep your head level and keep your eyes open and learn. If it wasn't for this experience, I would have never come to the Sandhills, and I think this place is incredible. Especially for an experience like this, first-time hunter, being able to cover a lot of ground and look at a lot of ground and get the opportunities we had. It's amazing, and I'm confident I will be hunting big game for the rest of my life. That's an easy one right there. I'm pretty much addicted now. Go all in. You're not going to enjoy the full experience without enjoying the little victories, and we kept saying that throughout the trip, little victories, whether it was getting glass on a big deer or making a stalk and getting within shooting distance, all those little victories. So enjoy the little victories or it's probably going to suck, because if it wasn't for all the little victories on this trip, those big failures would just have beat me down into the ground. So, I mean, I mentioned I would have never come to a place like this, and if I hadn't hunted here, I would have just driven by it. And I've realized that in places near where I live that if you don't get out in the mountains and really look around and observe what's around there, you're missing a lot. So that's a cool part of hunting that you can look forward to. It's getting out in the mountains and learning.